Rob Seeley.
Indeed, Madam Deputy Speaker. And I congratulate the Chancellor on a good budget, the elements of which may encourage more housing development. And I wait with interest to see how the Government's detailed plans will affect housing on the Isle of Wight. I welcome much of it, but I want to take this opportunity to explain why I feel housing policy has not helped the island and why I look forward, perhaps in hope, to this budget encouraging a better system. My constituency, the Isle of Wight, needs intelligent, sustainable and sensitive regeneration to drive economic and social development, much of which is supported in this budget, and thank you. However, the system of what one might call developer-led housing is flawed. It fails to deliver the right type of housing. Specifically, it fails to deliver housing for young people on the island, and indeed people of working age. It fails to deliver for older islanders. It eats into greenfield sites and damages our tourism economy and our quality of life. And it forces communities to accept divisive and unpopular developments. Our system, in many ways, is the definition of unsustainability. I hope the budget will encourage the right sort of housing to be built. Madam Deputy Speaker, too much housing is being built which is financially out of reach of islanders, and young islanders in particular. Housing associations tell me we urgently need one-bed housing, starter housing, social housing. I'd add to that key worker housing. And we need housing for older islanders too. Extra care housing that allows people to move out of housing and free it up. But those are not the houses that the developer-led system is wanting to be built. And that, combined with island economics, means that we have to build a lot of housing that we don't want to get a little bit of housing that we do want. And that system is not right. As a result, young people are forced off the island. And even so-called affordable housing is in reality unaffordable. And I'm delighted that the Conservative Council on the Isle of Wight is trying to ensure a change to this system. And I congratulate Councillors Dave Stewart and Chris Quirk, Barry Abrahams, Stuart Hutchinson, Tig Outlaw and others for trying to improve what is a highly flawed system, in my opinion. For the island, we need a different form of social regeneration, one that invests in people and not just land. And the overdevelopment that we are now facing causes many problems, worsening quality of life, eating into greenfield sites. We don't have the infrastructure either to afford it, and because we are an island, we are unlikely to get that significant infrastructure. We have about 300 metres or 600 metres maximum of dual carriageway, and frankly, we're unlikely to get more. So I'm waiting to find out the details of how this extra money can help us. But I'm very uncomfortable with the government's limit of 6,000, or the government's target of over 6,000 homes in a decade. I do not believe that is sustainable, and I cannot find any way in which I will be supporting anything like that number, because so much of it will not be built for islanders. And the only targets I'm looking at is something around half that figure possibly, but actually will be focused on the people that need it. And I want that to be largely housing associations. And why can't we have schemes whereby housing associations can buy back property from older sellers to repurpose it? So a housing association could buy back a bungalow, repurpose it, put on a first floor, and create two homes that develop the homes that you, the government, want, or the government wants, Madam Speaker, without eating into new land. And as part of our commitment to the future, I will seek to work with partners to develop a sustainable model of development, and I hope very much that the government will work with me on this so that we can get sustainable models of development that meet the needs of the island as well as meeting the needs of government. Thank you.
Chris Stevens.
Thank you,